This is a video demonstration on the new features in Trimble Business Center version 3.90. In this video, we're going to demonstrate the new Ortho rectified image creation command. So this command supports creating 2D imagery from vision-enabled instruments such as the VX, the S7, S9 series total stations, as well as the SX10 scanning total station. In this example, I have an SX10 dataset which has point cloud data, total station measurements, as well as vision imagery that was all captured in the field. If I zoom into this data set, you can see there's a rich point cloud, as well as several structures, very unique architecture and buildings. In this case, we want to leverage the imagery instead of the point cloud. If I go to the point cloud tab, under the imagery group, we now have a create ortho rectified image command. If I select this command, it'll automatically open a station view from the first station in my project. If I already have a station view open, then it will switch to that station view. In this case, I only have one station and it is at point 1, S1. So I can see all the imagery that was captured in the field. As well, right now the point cloud is on, so there's some overlap on top of the images, so I'll turn off the point cloud region. And now we can see just the imagery that was captured in the field. I can zoom in, zoom out. See, in this case we captured part of a moving bus, but we also got the face of these two buildings quite well. So what I can do with the orthorectified image is use this vision imagery to create a 2D orthorectified image that can then be used for CAD geometry creation or exported as an image or a DWG file to a CAD package. First, I'll turn off some of the total station data that's in this product, as well as some of the other information. Give it a name. So in this case, we'll call it front of building. Next is to define the plane for which the images will be projected onto. So similar to the ortho photo, this plane can be defined anywhere in three-dimensional space, and the images can then be projected onto its surface. So in this case, I don't have any planes, so I'll hit the drop down, select New. The Plane Definition Manager opens. This is where I manage and create all of my user-defined coordinate systems, which we call plane definitions in TBC. So I'll select New. I can give it a name, so in this case maybe I call it front of building to stick with the theme. As well, I can choose to lock this plane. If I lock it, it can't be moved or altered. And then there's several options here for defining the plane. My favorite option, especially when using point cloud data for the facades of buildings, is the vertical plane. This feature requires 2 points as well as a position for the origin of the coordinate system. So I'll turn on the point cloud data. As well, you could use DR measurements or other points taken in the field. And I will select my 2 points. So in this case, I'm going to select points on the face of this building. One there, one there. And notice a plane has been created, as well as I can select an origin. Maybe I'll choose this bottom corner here, and it'll move the plane. Once I'm done creating the plane, I can close that. Now that I have the plane defined, I can select 2 corners for the image rectangle. So I'll select here and down here just to cover the whole building face. Notice how the plane shrinks to show only the image rectangle that will be used for the creation of the ortho rectified image. Next, we'll select the pixel size. So in this case, it's relative to the project unit. So in this TBC project, I'm using meters. Below that, I can see the image info. So what the finished image will look like, the specified rectangle size, image size, resolution, and total pixels. If I change the pixel size, if I change to 1 centimeter, those values will update to show what the image properties will be once it's created. So I've selected that, and then I'll press create. And this process can take a differing amount of time depending on the size of the image as well as the resolution of the captured images in the field. Now that the image is finished creating, we can turn off the scan data, and we'll turn off the photogrammetry as well. And we have a finished orthorectified image. This you can find under the georeferenced images tab under the View Filter Manager. See here, and I can view that image. If I jump out of the command and go into my 3D view, I can also see the image in 3-dimensional space. Another benefit for this is I can draft on top of this image using the cutting plane view, which I can find here under the point cloud tab. And in the cutting plane view, I can choose to draw 2D line work on top of this image now. So if I zoom in, I go to my CAD commands, we'll choose polyline, or let's choose rectangle in this case, and we'll draw out some of this. Doesn't look like I have any layers on. So I'll create a new layer, building facade, make it a bright color. And now I can define my rectangles and draw on top of the image. And that data is all viewable in the 2D, 3D, and station views in TBC. As well, I can go into the export command, and I can use the DWG, DXF, or the Ortho image exporters. The DWG I'll show in this case, bringing the image into a CAD package such as AutoCAD. So I'll hit the Browse button, choose a location for my data. In this case, we'll call it building face or facade. Save. I'll select the image first. Notice that the image is under the imported files as a PNG image. I'll select that and then hit export. Once AutoCAD is loaded, you can see that the image is displayed in plan view. If you go into the 3D view and pan around, see here's our ortho rectified image, and now I can use that. If I go to the front view, now I can see the image, and I can also perform drafting and deliverable creation here. This concludes a demonstration on the ortho rectified image command, now in Trimble Business Center version 3.90.